In today's video, we're going to take you on a tour of what I think is the best design hotel for the money in Beverly Hills. With a great pool, a very mid-century vibe from the architecture down to the furniture and lighting, and we'll also show you how to experience a Beverly Hills that very few visitors ever see. So stick around. This 84-room boutique hotel is not in downtown Beverly Hills. It's kind of on the outskirts, about a 25-minute walk or a 5-minute drive into the heart of Beverly Hills. To me, a bit of distance is a blessing. Later, I'll show you why you might not want to be in the thick of Beverly Hills. The hotel's in a semi-residential part of Beverly Hills. One side's on a slightly busy street, the other side's on a quieter street. And now for 10 seconds of history. This hotel was built in 1948, and Marilyn Monroe, Lucille Ball, Dezi and many other stars stayed here. One of the things I really like about this hotel is that it's retained most of its mid-century architecture and character. There's a valet as you arrive. The lobby's right off the pool. In fact, the pool's the first thing you see as you walk in. I'd say the lobby doesn't quite capture the mid-century vibe that the rest of the hotel pulls off. I'm not sure what to make of these sculptures, but at least they're different. I think the thing I like most about this place is that the hotel's built around this heated pool. The pool's right off the lobby, the restaurant's next to the pool and has outdoor tables, and then there are these built-in nook niche things. Some are for dining, and others are for hanging out around the pool. The best rooms overlook the pool, but we'll come back to that later. And then they have a bunch of loungers next to the pool, and good service too. Mix it all together for a relaxing day at the pool. And here's the restaurant. It serves a mix of continental/French cuisine with some Mexican dishes thrown in. It's stylish and has a small bar too, but unless it's pouring or freezing out, you'll find me dining next to the pool. And remember, we're supported by you, not the hotels we review, so please like and share this video, and it really helps when you subscribe. Please and thank you. Okay, let's head up to the room. Okay, I'm a little bit confused by the room. The rest of the hotel has a kind of Scandinavian/mid-century feeling to it. The room feels like 1980s dynasty, like Linda Evans designed it or something. And I just don't get it. I'm not sure if I like it or not, but it is kind of weird. With that said, I love my balcony overlooking the pool, and the bed's really comfy, as are the pillows, which get an 8. A mini bar, there's an espresso machine, some water, snacks, and then there is a mini fridge down here that's kind of just partially stocked. The bathroom's functional but very small. Pet peeve, vanities with very little space. You really get that mid-century feeling as you walk through the breezeways, open-air halls and corridors. It just feels very Cali retro. In terms of the hotel layout, there's the main bit that they call the Olympic Building with the reception, pool, and restaurant, where I stayed and really liked, but there's also an annex right next door with a parking lot in between that they called the Beverly Tower. No pool views, no open-air corridors, no mid-century vibe. My advice is to avoid this building. In terms of price, I think this place is a great deal for Beverly Hills. Basic rooms in the annex start at a little over $300 a night if you book early. There are also studios in yet another building called the Cannon that start at around $380, and suites starting at around $400. My advice is pay a bit more for a balcony room facing the pool, like I had in the Olympic building. So are any of you out there asking yourselves, what is this guy doing recommending hotels in LA, and especially in Beverly Hills, and skipping the Peninsula and the Beverly Wilshire, aka the Four Seasons, aka where parts of Pretty Woman were filmed? Okay, so I have to admit that I've stayed at a few Four Seasons in my life, and they do some stuff right for sure. And the Peninsula in Bangkok is one of my favorite hotels in Asia. We'll be covering that in an upcoming review. But I can't recommend these places in LA, and here's why. To me, they feel really stuffy and old school, especially the Four Seasons. The Peninsula has more of a classy old lady and a silver Mercedes vibe going. Anyway, you end up paying a lot for these places, and I, for one, don't think it's worth it. And I have yet another strong point of view. I don't like Beverly Hills. It just feels over the top, so commercial and so flashy. The whole place seems superficial and pretentious to moi. But I do have to admit, my first time in LA, I wanted to see Beverly Hills, so I can't blame you if you want to check it out. Just watch out for all the shoppers showing the world how rich and wonderful they are by displaying shopping bags from all those glam designer stores. But I shouldn't hate on something without giving you an alternative. So for all you design and architecture nuts out there, you might want to skip the shopping and instead drive up to Beverly Hills. Not the flat bit where all the overpriced hotels and designer bags live, but the hilly parts that are only 5 minutes from downtown Beverly Hills. As you make your way from the flat parts, you'll drive through a neighborhood that looks pretty fancy. Until you start heading up the hill, that is. And then fancy takes on a whole new meaning. There's so much to gawk at. There's a PDF on our website about the hotel that also includes a route map for this outing. There's over-the-top Jed Clampett type estates. Then there's charming Spanish and colonial homes from the 20s and 30s, some with some pretty amazing views. And then there's tons of cutting-edge modern architecture to admire too, and it's all free. Back at the hotel, and it's time for dinner. But I went out for dinner, so I can't rate the food here, sorry. But I thought you might want to see what the place looks like at night. I love that they have these heaters going. You can probably sit outside 11 months a year. We think the Avalon's a great option at a great price for Beverly Hills. I thought it was really fun. Thanks for watching, and see us in the next video.